Okay, I found out very late in the video when I put things back in that I forgot actually to in the beginning that I should have taken out the contact brush here. So by taking off the rubber ring at the zoom ring, there is a thin cover here that one need to open and take off, this plastic thingy. And under there is a contact brush for the zoom ring. And before you detach it or take it out, you simply make a mark here all the way over. Make it scratch on the plastic, because it will help you to put the brush correct place when assemble it again. Therefore I found out, and so I would just mention it in the beginning. And you simply, when you set the mark, you just take out the brush here, which sometimes can be a little annoying to take out. But if you do not do it, you could damage those tiny pins here, those. And of course, what putting it in, it's the opposite. So sorry for mention. That. I found out too late in the video. Just be careful. So bye bye. And now to the disassembling part. Hello again, and welcome back to another tutorial. Well, this time I will make another video of the focus hunting problem in the Canon Zoom Lens EF-s 17 to 85 millimeter, 1 to 4 to 5.6 IS and USM stabilizing. Well, the other videos I've made that I couldn't fix the problem with the focus hunting, but somebody mentioned in the videos that there could be a problem with the dirty semi-circular plastic encoder thingy. So I would like to do another attempt and see if I can fix the problem showing in here. So I'll begin to show that this nice Canon lens actually have a problem with the focus hunting. So if I zoom in to something like, well, 70 or so, and it has really problem. And it should be possible for this lens to focus on something, well, now and then. But it's not that good. It doesn't matter which distance it actually is. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you can see on 17 it sometimes find the, but it will be more on, let's see, 70, maybe 35 is actually okay. So from around 50 up to 85, they have really problem. So so I will dig deeper into this semi-circular plastic thingy and see if I can show how it actually will go. But I mean, more of the disassemble of this lens you can see in the other videos, but I will do it again, of course. We need to take off the plastic and the bayonet mount, the two screws that hold the the contact for the camera. So by using just need to presenting the tools I use for this task. Well, JIS 00 and this is a 00 and this is the 0 itself, and this is the brand called Vise, and this is small bits, you can say, and it's JIS modified, so it's made for well, Japanese electronic equipment. Now, some dentist tool is also very handy, especially the one with the spade in one end, which is absolutely great. I have many different of those, and they're quite handy. Quite handy. Also, the sound here is really good. A blower is very handy, and of course some tweezers can be very handy, especially the very fine pointed. And a special tool, which is actually the people who collecting stamps, but I use it because I spray some plastic coat, clear plastic coat rubber, and it gets really sticky, so it can act as a tweezer for the flexible cable to detach them or attach them again. Of course, you can buy a real rubber thingy for the for stamps, so it's also pretty good in some circumstances. We need some cleaning fluid, and I will try using the isopropyl alcohol 99% and some Eclipse cleaning optics fluid and some tiny, really tiny cotton bud. And I get them in London. They in the shop called www.muji.net, as you can see here, and it's really good for small places. And last, to put things back in again, I will use the Loctite 222 thread lock. It's very soft, and I mean the lightest is purple, even if the bottle is red. All of those are red, even if it's 243. Now it will be put on the mount screws to keep them in place. So, but let's heading off. If you do not use gloves, rubber gloves like I do here, remember to have a wrist anti-static thingy. Now let's get into it, and I will just use a dentist tool to simply open the plastic around the back of the mount, around the mount, and simply open it. The plastic clips here can very easily break, so be a little gently and they will be fine. So, and this is it. Now next is the contact connection to the camera, and I use a JIS 00 for this because the tiny screws, and there is another one. So, and then I change my bits. It will be very interesting to see if this actually works. You see, it's very important that the screwdriver fits perfect in the screw, because it do not have to really, it has to sit tight. Therefore the JIS. Well, there's one thing I forgot, because it's more easy to get into the thing, because we need to take off the focus ring, the zoom ring, sorry, and it's right now it's better to get the rubber ring off, because we need to take out 3 screws, so it's better there. Because there are 3 screws around here. Now continue with the mount. So there we are. Almost, and gently push on the side here, because the contact can sit if it sits, and do not pull it, because there's a very tiny soldering in there, and the flex is very fragile, so be careful. This is the mount. Put it aside, and then of course we also need to take off the contact here for the AF and stabilizer contacts, and it's connected to top here. So just unscrew it, and then it's free. I mean, it should be. Then open it up. You can see it's attached to the side over here. So by pull it off, you can just see where it goes. Well, simply need to take off this here. So, and then it's free. Well, actually it was not necessary to do that, but just to show how it could be. Sometimes they have glued this or tape on, and sometimes not. So we put it back in again, so there's no less things to take care of. So now then we are inside the circuit board, and here you can see take care of the flex cables soldering, because they the actual things where some errors can happen is actually where the flex is connected to the soldering, and when it's moving over years, it will simply break here. Some of those, sometimes not. Now, to get the flex cable off, I will simply use my homemade tweezer with some sticky rubber, and you can see it's actually very easy to take off by using this. And then here, gently pull it out, and the other cables here around also need to be taken off, and simply by open the clips here, so you just flip it up and the next one, flip it up and simply gently pull it out. So now the circuit board is actually free, but there is only one screw that holds it in place to the lens. This one here. Don't push too much because it's plastic. Most of it. I think it's amazing, but so it is. Oh, sorry, I forgot one, which is different than the other one. One need to actually pull this out by gently, very gently, pull on each side. I don't know if they have a special tool on Canon or their repair places. They probably do the same as I do, but and then take it off. Now the circuit board is absolutely free. So it is. This is how it looks. Now to do it easier to assemble it again, I just make some small marks on here, just to remember. It will be a lot easier for you. So here, it was not possible. Well, doing so, and yeah, I will do so here. It's not really possible. It was amazing. Well, so by unscrewing some screws around here, the plastic that is actually attached to the mount and the circuit board, this plastic ring here around needs to be taken off. There are, as we see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws around that need to be unscrewed. And take care of the flex cables, they are a bit fragile. There's no need to take off the back of the lens. I mean the lens itself here. It's not necessary. And the last one. So they are all out. And remember how the flex cable is coming up from the different part of the lens, and you can see here. So it's just like that. So this is very long. Remember that. And for those two here, they have to go through the holes. Now take this off very gently and put it aside. Now off with the focus ring, and remember how it's faced. You see those here is open when putting it on the lens. So if you put it on like this, of course it will not work. So now it's time to take off the the thing that hold the USM and the focus system in place. And I also need to take off the 3 screws around here because it's connected to the focus ring here. So we do so. And remember the 3 small tubes. So it's here. Very important. Another one. Oh, what's going on here? And the last one. And the last small tube. So it is. Now, to be more safer how it should sit, I will just put a mark on because it will make it easier. Just so you know where it should sit. I put a mark on here. And I put a mark on here. So, now I know where things should sit. Just try to get this off here and there. So, and now the ring is actually kind of free, as you can see here. And therefore it's important to know where it should sit. So, now we continue with unscrewing 3 screws that hold the USM in place. There, there, and there. And so again, to make it easier, just to remember, put a mark here somewhere and put a mark on here or somewhere so you know where it should sit. It will make it much easier to remember, and it doesn't really matter. No one can see it on pictures and because it's all black. So the 3 screws off, and then the actual USM can be taken off. And remember, take care of the flex cables. So you can see here, right now it's off. I mean, it's loose at the moment, but I need to turn the focus, the zoom ring, just a little, so it's free. And then I can push up pull off the USM. Very easy. One thing to mention, the focus pin here needs to be engaged with the focus pin down here. Remember that. Now, so the next is to go into this area here of the USM, the focusing part, and be very gently, take good care of the flex, especially over here, because I will open up this bridge and I have to loosen some of the flex around here. So gently use a kind of a dentist tool to simply open it. I mean, take it off. So, and then it's actually free at the moment. There can be some glue over here at the corner. So, as you can see here, it's just amazing. So there it is. It's really sticky. That's just amazing. So now it's off. And all the way over here, it's free. Now, to be sure things sit correct, well, it can actually only sit on place. One need to take the 3 screws out. The big screws here. So it is. So, and it's free. Right now. And the other screws we have to unscrew is, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws that need to be unscrewed. It will be really interesting to see if, if this nice lens actually can come back to life by just doing this, I mean, small operation. And now it's actually free and ready to move into. But there is a problem, because there is a flex cable here that I also need to detach. It goes all the way to the other end of the USM, and by pulling that off gently, it will be easier to take off this part here. So now we are actually very closer to the things where things happen. This is the semi-circular plastic thingy, the encoder band strip plastic or something. There's a lot of small, very tiny marks all the way around here, and therefore the opto coupler, which is here, it will detect how many steps it will move from one end to the other, and therefore it will help the autofocus to work proper, as I see it. Now the problem is that this bloody plastic thingy is dirty, and also the small lens in here is also dirty. like people have mentioned in the comment. So let's jump into it, but I will need a smaller JIS, and again take care of the flakes here. And of course the tiny plastic parts around here, especially the brass spring that is here with the 2 screws. Take care of not bending it. So this one should be the lens itself, and where the dirt actually is on. So let's see how we can do this. So it should both be the semicircular band and the tiny lens or whatever it is, and also the 2 lens ends on the optocoupler. So let's see how it can go. Very interesting, this one. So, and there it should be possible to detach this. Is it possible to... But yeah, I see. I should also move this, I mean detach part of it, because then I can actually take off the optocoupler itself, as I see it, using a kind of a tool. It should be possible. Maybe it's not necessary, but I guess it will help. So you see here. Okay, I see the point here. This one is possible to take off. Yeah. Just to be sure where it should sit, just set a mark here and there. So it is. Now there, I mean, I can see there is some dirt actually, small fragments of things. And then it should also be possible to clean this part here. Maybe it's not necessary, I don't know, but I will do it anyway. So by using those tiny cotton buds, I think it should be very good. And I think I will use the Eclipse, because I found out some plastic is not good with isopropyl alcohol. So I will just use this one, and hopefully it will work better. So try to clean this part here. It looks cleaner as I see it. So, and let's see how it will go with the tiny lens here. Hope it will work pretty good also. And like other people mention, that it should be both sides. There is actually some dirt here. You can see. Oh, little fellow. So it looks better, but there's still something behind the. Of course, it's behind the the little metal piece here, and maybe possible to see. Well, I think I will try with the piece of PEC-PAD. And I simply cut them in smaller pieces, just because it's much easier to use with small lenses when cleaning small lenses. So I'll just do the exact same again. Add a little clips and use my tweezer here, and hopefully it's possible to have it as a pointed arrow, and with another tweezer. Interesting. So, and do it through the hole here. Yeah. It's interesting if this actually works, which I hope. So I will just do it again. Add a little, oh gosh. I think it helps. And now I will also clean the where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it went? The opto coupler. Because it would be interesting to do the same on this here. Because there is actually some dirt up there. So, and just take the other side of the small opto coupler. I think this is really exciting to see if it will work. So I think this will make it, I mean, hopefully. So it's time to put it back in again, and hopefully it will work. But maybe I should just use a piece of PEC-PAD on the, and do it all the way over. That I don't think there should be any problem on the other side of the band. Probably, maybe. But I will clean this all the way over. Yeah. There's only this side that needs to be cleaned, because the other one is just there's nothing. There's no marks or anything else. So or maybe there are. Yeah, of course the light has to go through it. So it needs to be done on both sides. So I will just clean it on the other side here with some. So, and I think it will do the thingy. So time to put things back in, and then reassemble it. When putting on the plastic ring, take care of how it should sit. There. And of course not scratch anything. So put it gently on. And this pin over here, this one, has to be connected to point there. Should be okay, not really. Okay, that was a bit weird. Where did that go? Oh yeah, it's all the way over here. So it is. The pin has to be attached down here to this. We couldn't see it here, but there is a notch down there where the pin has to go in. So yeah, it looks much better now. And now it's time to put things back in. And I need a bigger so, and the tiny little lens needs to be put on. And load the screwdriver with one screw before putting in. You know, it will make it easier. So, and then this goes in here. So it is. And then the screw. The other one. Okay, little fellow. Yeah, it's a bit too big. One have to change between the 0 and the 0, 0. There's no need for over tightening the screw. So now things looks absolutely fine. And then the see, I have my mark here, so it's good. Everything is fine at the moment, and I can just attach the flex here again, so it sits proper. And then this goes in here. Should sit like something here. I mean, it can only sit in one way, so there is no problem with that. So And that is also connected, and all those long screw will go in. Yeah, and then I need the bigger one. And all the screws are the same length, so there is no problem. There's something we need to take care of here. So, something was not proper in place, but it is okay now. Don't use too much force on the plastic part. There's still something that is not correct. So it's there. Something is here. You can see the pin that goes into the notch here. Take care of that. Something is not in place like it should be. Okay. It can only sit in one way. And the last screw goes in here. It's amazing how soft the plastic is. I mean, yeah. Okay, it's fine. So attach the flex cable again, especially the circuit board here. Some of the circuit boards is really fragile, as I see it. Should sit there. And this one with the sticky gum. So this one sit there, and the other flexes. Just bend it a little, it doesn't really matter. So there. And the 3 screws that is connected to the, hold the circuit board in place. So there. And don't tighten it yet. Just put it, align it so it sits proper. Something like there. And tighten it. Now that was most of it, and then it's time to put it on the lens body again, and then remember to the focus pin here, and I can just put it all the way over to the one side like it was. There. It was my start position. So, and when we are in here, it could also be good to take a look of the 3 screws that usually come loose. This one, and this one. And you see, it's a bit loose. One could put on some nail polish and attach it to here. So I will just do so. Hold on a second. Now, I couldn't find the the black one, so I'll just add some. Add some red. It doesn't really matter. You cannot see it because it's just tiny amount of. The red Canon. It will prevent the screw from loosening itself. Now, back to the lens here, and we need to find the focusing pin. Oh, there is one thing I actually forgot in the very beginning. Ah, come on, that was not good. When detached the USM, this part here, the circuit board, there is Oh, that was a shame. I forgot that. But nothing really happened here. I mean, it didn't break anything. But there is on the zoom ring, there is a contact brush. I simply forgot it. And under the rubber grip, there's this plastic plate that needs to be taken off. I simply forgot it. Now, well, before unscrew it, set a mark where it should sit. Oh, out of focus. Set a mark where it should sit, and also here. So you know the exact position of it. Something like that. And now I can unscrew it because it will be difficult to put in. Or I could actually damage the brush. I know there was something, but well, I will write it in the comment. Oh, gosh. Come off. Come on, you little fellow. So, yeah, sorry for that, but I'll write it in the beginning of the film that take care of the brush. Now, the focusing fork here has to engage with the focusing pin down here, as you probably can see there. And by lifting off the flex cable here, so it will not break anything. Something here like that. This one here, this one there. So you probably can see what's going on down there, hopefully. I know it's difficult to see. But the fork has to engage with the focusing pin. And by gently moving this up, and those are sometimes annoying, those cables. So, but you can also see here through the notch for the zoom ring that the focusing the focusing fork has engaged with the pin, so it should be okay. And by turning the zoom ring, by lifting up the USM a little, that the zoom ring has to come on, there, engage with the zoom ring like that. So now it's a bit tricky. So now everything is in correct order, and I can screw in the USM. And where does it go? There. So it should sit something like that. Oh, was not proper in. Should sit there, so it's fine. Now putting on the plastic thingy here. And how should it face? Well, it's necessary to put in some of those marks, so it'll be much easier. One cable and another cable. And this one has to go up. Where did it go? Here. Something like that. And the last one, the long one. And this is how it is right now. So it's attached there. And then it is like there. Just need to tighten the 3 screws that hold the USM in place. It was not that, it was the other one. I don't know if they have 6 holes here, but they only use 3. I mean, there should be 6 screws in my opinion, but maybe they forgot, or it should be so. And the other 6 screws around here that hold the plate. And so now here, and then the last one. Hopefully it will work, but let's see how it will go. So there it is. I think there are more holes here. There, and there. but there's missing screws, so I don't know how they have think about that. It's probably made on purpose because things will just broke easier. I don't know. Now the small tubes and the screws that is attached to the zoom ring. I'm really looking forward to this to see how it will go. Oh. Oh no. Come on, little fellow. Oh, go. It goes. It was just because this is a bit out of alignment. Okay, it sits proper. So interesting to work with. I mean, nothing seriously happened. So now here we are, back again, and the zoom actually works okay. How about the focusing thingy? It seems to work too. So we're also need to make this fine again. So and then this bloody brush, which I forgot in the beginning. Not good. But I will mention it in the first, in the introduction of the film on the video. So, and this has to be pressed down a little and put in like that. So, there it is. And then attach the screw and so, and remember the mark I set here, it should sit the same way again, but I know it, but because I set a mark. Has to be pushed a little. There it is. Now tighten it. And one can add just a little drop of this bloody nail polish, as it will not loosen itself. So and then put on the plastic thingy here. And then it's covered. Now put it on the zoom ring, no, I mean the focus ring. here. Wow, it looks fine. But how will it focus? Oh, interesting. Well, put on the circuit board and the screw hole here, and find the screw hole there, and put on these small flex cables. There. So it is. Then my tiny screw goes in. Don't tighten it too much. Now attach the tiny flex cables. It's really great, this tool for stamps collectors, with the plastic coat, clear plastic coat. It makes it so much easier to attach the flex cables in the connector. So it there, and flip it down. Now the big part here. Has to be fully out. It's a short one. So, and now we are almost there. Then the housing comes on, and it should sit there because the flex cable here. So it should sit something like that. And again, take care of the flex here. And it should be possible to attach this flex cable here. This is more difficult to put in than some of the other. But one can move it a little over. Come on, little fellow. You need to come in. So. And there it is. And then move it back to where it should sit. Something like there. And then the mount itself, the two holes that sit where the contact bridge is. Oh, it's so exciting to see if it will work. Then I use a smaller one for those tiny screws. So there, needs to be loosened a little. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, so it is. Sit there and the other screw goes in. Yeah, everything sits proper. And the mount itself. So, and put the ring on here. Will it work or will it, well, hopefully it will work, but nobody knows yet. They break very easy, those pins here, so be careful. And so it is. Now on with the focus ring itself. I mean the zoom ring rubber ring thing. Something is wrong here. Well, let's see if it will zoom, I mean focus like it should. Not really. It has really problems with, and there still have problems. So, I mean on 24 to 35 it'll be okay. So I don't know. I don't know if it will work, but hope you can use some of the info in this video about cleaning the actual parts. So that's all for now. So bye bye.